Hello and welcome to Experience Share! What are we doing? Waterfall?
I don't know.
Go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the indigo discs that you're used to, which is all I did.
Oh, all right.
We are firmly in the postgame.
Too firmly, some would say.
We are firmly
Not in a good way.
into the indigo disc DLC, I would say.
Yeah.
Correct. Firmly implies like a want to be holding on to it, you know?
That's about right.
We're like stuck in.
Yeah, we've been off air.
It's like a swamp.
We've been stuck in it, stuck in the mud.
We have so much to do. Obviously, you know that we've beaten the game. It's weird to call myself the grand champion of the Naranja Academy.
Because you
Considering I am just
didn't
like...
actually go to class and
didn't ever go to class and
kind of fucked off.
don't have Pokemon, just have friends.
Right, yeah. I don't know how they, what kind of loophole they opened up for you to exploit.
I don't know. It happened, and I became the champion of Naranja Academy. And I hear through the grapevine, literally,
Yes.
that my associate, Don Joey, has also become the grand champion of Uvo Academy.
Uva.
Uva, sorry.
Yeah. Grape is our thing, as far as I understand it.
That's funny, yeah. I think it's slang for like testicles.
Probably.
Maybe that's eggs.
We've danced around it. Could be any of it. Could be any of these kind of oval-shaped things.
I am...
Who are you? Did you do our intros?
I'm Tanner Greenring, by the way. Sometimes you may hear me called Tan Cannon around these parts.
Toucanon.
That's what Carmine has.
Yes.
At the Blueberry Academy, they couldn't look up the Spanish word for blueberry? Game Freak?
But the issue is Blueberry Academy is actually built on the seafloor in the Unova region. So they would be back to
Unovies.
English or whatever the English equivalent is in the Poke Earth.
Yeah.
Unovies.
Yeah, Unovies.
Univese.
My associate over at the Uva Academy, you may know him as Sinistosh. Sinistia.
The macho one?
Sinistia.
Yeah.
Sinistjosh.
A.k.a. Josh Fielstead.
That's the new little...
Well, I had to fight a bunch of Sinisties the other week, which is how my Esbern, the Surledge, completed his quest, is a bunch of Sinisty pieces or something that I had to give to that lady.
Oh, to make armor? I had to give, what are they called? Beldongs? That can't be right.
That's wrong, but I don't know what it is.
Belgong?
That's not a Pokemon. Belgong?
We're professional. Like how long have we? Bronze Dong.
Well, we haven't been recording. If the bug catchers can't tell, we're a little rusty.
I had to take down a lot of Bronze Dongs to get Armor Rouge, or little arm cannon, Mega Man arm cannon. I'm glad I did. Fuck those things. And my little queen looks so
She got a big upgrade.
awesome now.
Samus.
Here I am, grand champion of the Naranja Academy. I hear Uvo's been claimed, but I hear that there's some unclaimed territory deep under the ocean, Joshua.
Yes.
I've got my eyes on that, and my dudes are with me, and they're like, let's go diving. We started taking snorkeling classes, learning all the like flags and stuff. It's like, it's a lot to get certified. There's a boat, though. Or how did we get down there?
When we went over there for the first time after you talked to director Cyrano,
yeah.
Clavell got ahead of the allegations that would have been flying because you see Clavell and Cyrano next to each other, and we're like, okay, so I guess it's not going to be
What is this, a
Clavell
hologram?
dressed up again.
Yeah.
But when you go over there, it shows the little airplane. No, it does show a boat icon, I think. I think we must have gotten here by boat.
Must be a boat.
This infrastructure is crazy, but I don't think it could support an airport,
Well,
too.
my squad, we took, 6-7 months training for this. Like,
Wow.
Spec Ops kind of stuff. There's a number of things that we did not get done in that time, I would say.
Uh-huh.
The Kitakami Ogre Clan, didn't check in with them. Glitterati, we missed. The stakes, obviously, we did not follow up on any of the repeat battles, including the Elite Four.
Wow.
didn't really have time for that while we were training.
I don't think you needed to put that much time into the scuba diving lessons, because like Don Joey didn't do that at all, and he was still allowed to get into the Blueberry Academy.
Oh, wow. Well, let's check in with Don Joey then, because it seemed like you needed to kind of do some work this week.
Well, Don Joey's, he's surrounded by questing knights, so they couldn't resist the pull of a few of these threads that we've learned about in our travels through Paldea and Kitakami so far.
Oh, they tempted us, but we're like, sorry, we have training.
But even then, some of this was insurmountable. I would say this about the post-game, aka Chasing Waterfalls, for the Canon of Experience Share.
Yeah.
This post-game is a little monotonous. It is essentially all battles.
Yeah.
The Kitakami Ogre Clan, the Glitterati, the re-challenge of the gym leaders / the Academy Ace tournament. It's dozens of battles.
Yeah, it sounds grueling. And our levels were already so high, though. Was it fun battles?
Some of them. I took notes of a few because it would just be like, it would not be good tape, as they say, for me to just rattle off like every single battle. The levels were pretty close. I've been avoiding random trainers in the wild and mostly catching new Pokemon because I'm trying to keep my levels somewhat in the category of making the battles interesting, I guess.
Well, you've out-leveled me finally. Well, in some places.
I guess that's because you were so busy scuba diving. To be
yeah.
fair.
But weirdly, you haven't out-leveled me that much. So I feel like for all that effort going through all those battles, you still didn't even super train.
No.
You got to keep your eyes on the prize. You're sitting out there like doing battles, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting to the Blueberry Academy. There's a whole other academy out there for me to get out there and conquer.
Well, we'll get to that. I guess to kind of cover it somewhat quickly.
What are some of the cuties you met along the way, you know?
Definitely, before we get to the re-challenge of the gym leaders, I guess I can quickly say, like, Kitakami Ogre Clan, I kind of tried to do that alongside the Glitterati, but the Glitterati eventually head to mainland Paldea, and then I stopped. The Kitakami Ogre Clan I've done 4 battles. I don't know how many there are, and I only stopped because I got diverted over to Paldea again. But it seems worthwhile to do the Kitakami Ogre Clan. Basically,
these
all
are those
that it is,
dudes who are just hiding around.
They're cultists. Yeah, the cultists who are strewn about Kitakami. If you recall, several episodes ago, I accidentally fought Raikiri, who had a Raichu that was level 75 and just killed my entire team. So now that didn't happen. They do have themes like a gym leader. So like Raikiri, as you might expect, is electric, with the trick being that Raikiri has a Probopass.
That's fun.
And then Vikavolt has Levitate, so that was, tricky. They're tricky. They're all level 75.
The last Paradise Barons is Fire, Grass Dark, Ghost Fire, Grass. I guess it's just Grass and Fire. It's an odd one.
I didn't look ahead.
Ooh, here we go. Oni Mountain, Kitakami Clan, Ogre Clan.
Oh, so I see. Yeah.
Munachika. That's the powerhouse. It's all normals. Ambipom, Mousehold, Greedent, Snorlax. No way you're getting through that battle.
I think that I have 2 fighting types might make that one a little... that one I could probably handle, I think.
Okay, well...
I plan to do these. Like, the rewards are really good. I got, I think, a Focus Sash, Experience Candies, Rare Candies, Assault Vest. It's like, upper tier held items and experience-based items.
I think this is unfair to say, and feel free to speculate with me, but the barfiest Ogre Clan team, in my opinion, is Hasebe, who seems to be mostly water type. And it's unfair because Politoad's in there, but Ludicolo's really bringing it down. I think Ludicolo, in contrast with Dreadnought and Basculegion, also just the whole thing is just like, it all feels bad. And you look at it in comparison to some of the other ones, and it just stands out as being bad.
I don't love the look of Ludicolo, but you remember when I ran a Ludicolo, and that was big trouble for you. So I like Ludicolo's playstyle, but I guess
look at these other clan members though, and tell me who's got a bar for your team.
Let's see.
Probopass is redeemed by Luxray and Raichu.
Masamune's team is fine. Grimmsnarl, Clefable, Gardevoir, Ribombee. Kotetsu's team, Conkeldurr, Heracross, Gallade, Como-o, fine.
Yeah. Ambipom sucks, but I don't know. I kind of think Mousehold's cute.
Yeah.
You know I love Greedent.
Kunosuna's team, the ice type, is kind of rough.
Carbink, fine. Golem, fine. Frostlass, beautiful. Mamoswine, fine.
I guess it's fine.
See?
I think you're right.
Maybe they're just really good at putting together like handsome teams. It's like hard to find fault here.
They're pretty handsome teams.
That's their skill.
I think in general.
Well, you know who else is good at putting together a handsome team? Me. I should be leading this clan.
Well, you're going to have to go and fight apparently eight of them, and then you could probably, kill the leader, and then you can
just
become the new
by
one.
him. Took care of a couple of them already, so shouldn't be too much trouble.
I guess, that one is based on whether or not you need the items.
Oh, yeah. What do they drop?
Choice Band is one of the last ones, which is pretty good. Choice Specs. If I do one more, I get that.
Oh, they
so
drop all that
looks
crazy
good.
shit everyone always wants. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably keep doing those. I didn't really have anything to report about the battles there. The main ones that I wanted to talk about was the Glitterati.
Okay.
Who we've heard, in particular from Greg, very glowing reviews.
Billy and Onair.
It's just a wild goose chase where you originally encounter them on Kitakami outside Masui town. Masui! And they basically alternate between making weird aphorisms and then like very flippant and dismissive statements, which is kind of a combo that I like. Onair will say things like, one of them I wrote down was, money and positive energy are similar in that once you have them, you won't know whether you're happy from that or something else. I'm like, okay.
They're good looking.
Interesting. They look good.
They fit the part.
Yeah, they fit the part.
Got Persians. What else are they holding on to?
I think it's just the Persian, and then like the final battle, you don't even fight them every time. I mean, I guess you only ever fight Onair, and you don't necessarily fight them every time. You meet them like 6 or 7 times in different locations that alternate between Kitakami and Paldea. The final battle, I think Onair had 2.
She's got an Arboliva.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's just the Persian the whole time, and then
Kanto Persian.
Eventually, the final battle is Arboliva and Persian. So there's not really anything to comment on that. It's more of like personality-wise, I thought they were funny.
So you did the whole thing?
I did all of them.
So then what's the final grand total of... Because the whole shtick is like you sell the stuff they're giving you, right? That's what Greg said, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars because the final gift is 25 big nuggets.
Something
and
sort of gross about that.
Each of those is worth $30,000, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, do the math. I'm rich as hell.
Wow, enjoy it.
They're $20,000. Yeah.
Enjoy it in this deep
I don't have anything
game.
to do with all this money. But I enjoyed that quest. Like, Onair is funny. She calls the Casaroya Lake a puddle. Very dismissively. Like at the end of it, your final battle afterwards, Billy also says something, and then she's like, oh, I love your witty repartee and your eruditeness. And going into it, I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, it seems like Billy is coded as her like rich gay friend. Much in the way of like a what's the fucking, can I make it, is this still going to be relevant? What's the Gwyneth Paltrow's gay friend who shat all over her bathroom recently?
He had to like flee.
Yeah, who fled the scene. I've been hearing a lot about this one because of my gay friend and husband, Bobby, via Who Weekly. What the hell's his name?
Goop's poop friend.
He's a rich socialite who's gay and supposedly maybe had too much Ozempic and then had uncontrollable explosive diarrhea at her Montecito house.
You cannot bring these baseless allegations to our Pokemon podcast, Joshua.
Oh, I think it's more than baseless. Now, in any case, I thought that this was... I gotta get the name of this fucking guy.
Derek Blasberg.
Okay, so... I thought Billy was coded as Onair's Derek Blasberg, basically.
Yeah.
And she gives him this award, which is also strange. But then it turns out that their trainer type is technically a rich couple. So I think
That's tricky.
she's giving him a gold Onair award,
They're
her lover.
together?
So I don't know. There's some tricky politics involved.
She's like a fawning wife, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. And he's like a simp.
Yeah, I thought he was like a, I don't know, like a tycoon, and she was his like assistant.
She's the head of like Paldean Realty or something. She's like a real estate developer or something.
No, the other way around.
Really?
No, wait.
No, she's the girl boss.
Well, I don't know. I've like fought them twice.
She's the girl boss. Overall, the amount of money and gifts that you get, which she also says it's to help the struggling common folk, and Don Joey is that.
Yes, she's the president of the realty company, and Billy is her subordinate.
In more ways than one, it seems like. So anyway, recommend it. Glitterati. It's fun. It doesn't actually take too long.
Yeah, make a little cash. Take that to your grave with you. Leave it to your kids. Because what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, I don't. I have like well over $1 million. And what am I going to buy? The like 2 outfits that I don't have that aren't
some new socks.
Hideously ugly?
I got the Power Ranger helmet on that Greg told us about.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
I'm pretty good in that. Well, probably not anymore since I went to Indigo Island and or Blueberry Academy and they put me in their scrubby shit.
Yeah, they slap a new bullshit outfit on you. Although we learned you can change it, which I think is you access the map and then you hit the...
Not interested.
Right.
That would be incourteous to this culture.
Yeah, I left it on for now, although I don't like it. And I liked the outfit I had finally cobbled together.
All right.
The other thing I did...
Tell me the other thing you did.
No.
After this break. What do we do now? Can we finally go to the Blueberry Academy? I'm here.
No.
I'm ready. My SEAL team is ready.
No.
Fine. I'm not going after those black stakes. There's no dudes there.
There are dudes.
What?
There's 4 other legendary Pokemon, and you have to get... The only way to get them is you
Joshua,
have to pull all the black stakes out.
Take one look at those 4 legendary Pokemon that you just mentioned.
I haven't looked at them.
Let's play it. Let's do a quick lightning round of... Is it a guy? Joshua, is it a guy? Chien Pao.
Chien Pao. No.
No.
Ooh, I like it, though.
Otter. Little Nordic icy otter.
Yeah, Nordic otter. I like it. Well, we can say it's not a guy, but can we say whether or not we like it? I like it.
Oh, yeah, you can. That can be your thing if you want. But mine is like, I only have guys on my team.
Is it a sweetie? It might be a sweetie.
Humans on my team.
Yeah.
So that one didn't count. Joshua, is it a guy? Ting Lu.
Ting Lu. What's up with these names?
I don't know.
Treasures of Ruin Pokemon. No. Also quadrupedal.
Like an elk or something.
Cool.
Or a moose.
Again, I like the design though.
Yeah, I don't dislike it.
The illustration at least. The sprite's not as good. But I like the concept.
Is it a guy? Wo Chien.
Wo Chien.
This one, my last character would have really liked. I don't even remember his name.
In what game?
Where I had all slugs.
Doug Charmer.
Doug Charmer, yeah.
It rhymes. Doug Charmer, slug. I was like, oh, I remembered Doug Charmer's Doug Farmer's.
Doug Farmer is a slug.
I remember Doug Farmer's famous phrase. Maybe we should both.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should both recite it together. I can't even
remember his name, Joshua.
Doug Farmer, Slug Charmer, and his famous phrase.
Yeah.
Bugs, slugs. We could say it together.
Yeah.
Bugs, slugs, crabs, clams, little
clams.
octopods, and other boneless bods. If it ain't got a bone, a ball's getting thrown.
Classic.
Everyone knows it. Everyone remembers it off the top of their head, and the name of the character that you played for many hours. Yes, Doug Farmer.
Doug Farmer, Slug Charmer would love Wo Chien, but
he definitely would.
Esteban Humano, no thank you.
I like this design too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't dislike it.
What is it? Dark grass? Yeah. Uh-oh, it's based on a snail, though. We ran into some trouble with those from the slug scientist.
Oh, I think if you'll remember correctly, the slug scientist gave me quite a lot of leeway. The definition of slug.
Yeah.
Feast your eyes, Joshua, on Chi Yu.
Ooh.
Dark Fire Hybrid. Kind of cool.
Very cool. Again, these are all cool.
It's like a bubble-eyed koi.
Not necessarily sweeties, but very cool.
Not a guy. So we are 0 for 4 on hunting down those dudes because they are not guys. And frankly, we already did our big Golden Go hunt. I already introduced Shy Avery to all those little men all across Paldea. I got to know the map very well.
They don't look like potentially questing knights either.
To
but
hunt
like,
these things. To kill them. These are like the titans, you know? These are like the primordial beasts of Paldea.
It is tempting for my knights to go on these quests, but I will say I pulled out several more black stakes, but like I just think it's hard pressed for me without just looking at a guide. But at least we know what's behind those shrines now.
I think it's zero humanoids.
No.
Notably. 4 kind of cool looking Pokemon. Can I admit something to you, Joshua?
Of course.
I'm a father now.
You have been for several years.
5 years I've been a father. And I'm teaching my boy how to play Pokemon trading card game.
Uh-huh.
And we have many decks that we've purchased at Target across the street over the years.
Well, humble brag, Target's right across the street.
And I was already well aware of all 4 of these Pokemon from...
Oh.
We have decks for each of them.
So you really already knew what was going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, I was glad to go on that journey with you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I spoiled it for myself before I got to meet them via, like, this steak quest, because I'm definitely not going to do the steak quest. And I feel like I got my fill from the Pokemon trading card game. So
yeah, you have enough experience.
what I would recommend to all of you, if you're disappointed that we didn't meet them, I would go recommend you play them in the Pokemon trading card game sometime. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, and you could also admire their Bulbapedia articles like we did.
Yeah.
That pretty much checks the box on that one.
Ooh, I can't wait to dive into this deep blue ocean and swim down to that big bubble at the bottom. Oh!
Nope. So Gita gives us a final request once we become the champion of champions, and that is to... No, she's the champion of champions. We're sub-champion, and she wants us to step in and do her work, which is always what happens to the deputy, do all the work. And so we had to go and reevaluate. Well, I had to. Don Joey took this quest, and it seems like Esteban Humano could not be bothered.
Oh, she approached me, but I was like, I don't know. Is that okay to do? These are all dudes.
Send your thugs out on the gym leaders to evaluate how good their Pokemon are at taking pummeling from real humans.
Yeah. Go beat the shit out of some Pokemon. And I was like, is that ethical? She's like, I don't give a shit.
You could have been the muscle, because one of them, Grusha, who also I think we have to take a cap in hand. We misgendered.
I am sorry.
We called Grusha a woman, and Grusha is a guy.
Let me take another look. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, wintry boy, Grusha.
Yeah.
Pokemon Company makes these characters pretty ambiguous. This game.
Yeah,
I feel like we've been misgendering a lot.
It's both progressive on their part to make relatively androgynous people, but then all of them are gendered one way or the other, so then it becomes like kind of a minefield.
Yeah.
For commentators to make a call on a whim, and so I'm trying to like look at the entries, but Grusha didn't bat an eye, and so feel bad about that. Sorry, Grusha.
Yeah, sorry, Grusha.
Grusha makes a comment, I think, before you fight him, and says that, he's like fretting the battle because he says that if you lose in these evaluations that they get demoted, I think. And I don't know if that means, is that like, you have to go and train again? Or you like literally, did I beat all of these 8 gym leaders? Are they out?
Yeah, I think there's probably like,
are they all getting replaced?
I think you have to like score some certain, let's work it out. I bet it's like relegation in British soccer.
Like, it seems like it's a lot of paperwork that Gita would have to do.
Let's say we have to do 40 battles in a season. Okay. They have a season system, let's assume.
Okay.
And if you win all of your battles, you're obviously getting promoted to the Elite Four, right? So there's a whole other tier system above this, which is the Elite Four.
That would make sense.
So if he wins a certain amount, most of them, he can be promoted to the Elite Four, which is a huge accomplishment. But it never happens.
Not with the talent Don Joey saw.
Grusha's, like, if he would win maybe like 30 of his 40 games, he'd be totally fine. Like, that's a total, like, in the black, nothing to worry about.
He can still stay a gym leader.
Then he's got 10 games left, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's when you're in trouble. I think if you fall below that 10 games line, that's when you get deregulated.
Oh, I see. So I beat him twice, but we don't know how he's fared with the other talent in the region.
Yeah.
So he might be fine.
He might be. Or this could have been the final loss on his season.
Okay.
That's finally going to get him.
I mean, it could be for all of them.
Pushed down to AAAs.
If I were Gita, I would not have sent Don Joey out on this evaluation because Gita could have just thrown it if she didn't want to do all the paperwork of potentially kicking some of these gym leaders out. But I beat all of them. So if they were on the cusp of falling out.
Relegation.
Yeah, relegation, then, she's got a mess on her hands.
Yeah.
And she's going to have to do all that work because Don Joey's not a fucking pencil pusher.
Oh, and the fans, Grosh is a handsome guy. I'm sure he has a ton of fans,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be devastated to have him relegated to what do you even go down to?
Is there minor league? Maybe they have to go through the Team Star re-education.
I bet we at Naranja send our relegated poor performers down to the UVA League.
Oh, and then vice versa.
No. You guys dump yours wherever.
Think they're probably on par. Maybe we send them over to fucking Blueberry.
Yeah.
No, you would send them like Kitakami. That's the real dregs. If they're really out, it's
yeah, that's the Ogre Clan.
Cool your heels over in Kitakami for a while.
Yeah.
I would only feel bad if Don Joey beat Rhyme and then she got relegated because Rhyme was still spitting some great rhymes.
What Rhyme was the ghost type?
Yeah.
I think hers was probably one of the best set pieces.
Yeah,
it's the only one I really remember. It was pretty good. The concert.
She was tell you something, you get to be my age. Time starts passing you by fast. She knows it's curtains. I feel
wow, oof, that scares me, actually.
I might have relegated Rhyme. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, she was the best. So at the end of the beating all of them.
She's like Lightning McQueen at the end of Cars 3.
Yeah, Yes, I only saw the first one.
No one gets to tell me when it's time to retire. I'll decide when it's time to retire.
That's Lightning McQueen.
Well, that was actually him at the beginning of Cars 3, I should say.
Okay.
Guess what happens at the end?
Does he against all odds retains his title or whatever? I have absolutely no idea what. I don't even remember what goes on in the first Cars.
Against all regulation, Cruz Ramirez takes over halfway through the race with sporting number 95 for Rusty's. So they're like, okay, I guess that counts. It can be a whole new race car coming in halfway through the race, and it's a next-gen race car. And of course they won, because fucking Jackson Storms got his head so far up his ass.
Who the fuck? I don't know. Oh,
Army Hammer!
That I guess I know who that is. I don't know who any of the cars are. I'm not kid pilled where I have to watch all this drivel.
But yeah, that's Rhyme. Rhyme is Lightning McQueen.
You could have been making any of those goddamn names up. I remember okay. Well, at the end of the evaluation, Gita asked you who you thought was the worst, who you thought was the best trainer, who caused you the most trouble, and then who you liked the most. So obviously I said that my favorite was Rhyme, that she was the best battler. Iono gave me the most trouble, actually, because she had this Kilowattrel that had wind power as its ability, and then it used tailwind and hurricane, and it was all
windy,
pumped up, plus it looked cool.
Yeah.
And all of its attacks were powered up, and its whole team. So Iono did a pretty good job. Brassius, obviously, he's a hack, and has not gotten any better since taking that lady Arboliva under his wing as his muse. He still sucks, and I hope he gets kicked out.
Kind of a handsome guy.
Yeah.
Taking a look at his pic here.
I guess so.
Cuts a nice figure.
After the evaluation, you then do the Academy Ace tournament, which I was curious if maybe they changed, but you didn't do it, so I don't know. But I ended up fighting Arvin,
I'll go do it for next week.
Jacques, and Dendra. So you fight the professors plus Arvin.
Okay, well, because his mom died. / dad. His parents are dead.
Yeah.
So he got promoted to professor.
I think it was a free-for-all. It could have been anyone. That's why I was curious if maybe it swaps. I imagine it is probably you have to fight Arvin and Jacques and Dendra, who's the biology teacher and the battle.
I'll do it for next week because this actually sounds fun, unlike pulling stakes.
This was fun. I mean, I like the Academy Ace tournament. The re-challenging the gym leaders, they're all like 65 to 70. So like, I didn't really have that much trouble.
Yeah.
But it's just so many battles that was why I was like, I can't do any more of the Kitakami clan. I was like, it's time for Don Joey to see some new shores,
yes,
a little less battling, and maybe a little bit more endless cutscenes.
Oh, no.
So let's go over and do the Indigo disc and enroll in the Blueberry Academy.
Yeah, I've got bad news about the cutscenes.
There's a lot.
Plenty. We got plenty.
Yes.
Walk me through your vision, Professor Cyrano, for the Blueberry Academy.
Cyrano de
Ocean's Floor.
Bergerac. Cyrano de Blueberry Academy. It's a bad joke.
But you went for it.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
You get that one? Do you know about Cyrano?
Yeah.
Or you took up all your brain space with Cars trivia.
I know about both. I contain multitudes.
It's the Renaissance man.
Here it is, a bubble on the bottom of the water.
Yes.
And inside of the bubble is Safari Zone.
And a mining operation. I think this is all basically just dressing up means of extracting precious deep sea materials in order to fund terrestrial energy.
We are here at the Blueberry Academy, and they're like, all the Pokemon here can terrestrialize, which is interesting because they're all not Paldean Pokemon.
Right.
And then everyone's like, wow, that is pretty interesting. Tell us more about, like, why do you think that is? And then Professor Cyrano, like, points up and he's like, it's probably the giant terrestrial crystal we've hung in the air, bathing the entire space in gamma radiation.
Yeah. We'll figure out the effects of that later.
Yeah, that's what you're here for. You're a science experiment now.
Yeah, we're all in on this science experiment. Giant terrarium at the bottom of the ocean, somewhere off the coast of Unova.
Yes.
Our Nemona here is Lacey.
Yeah, so Cyrano's like kind of a pill. He's very like boisterous and like doesn't hear anyone. He's like a bad boss kind of. And he immediately pushes you off on Lacey.
Yeah.
Who does not want to be your chaperone.
No, and every time someone does something she doesn't like, she makes a little X. She does a little cross.
I like that.
Like an X.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I thought that was cute.
And then she says, welcome, let's do the thing we do here, which is all double battles.
Lacey, who, of course, to show off the double battle mechanic that they've been relying on since Gen 3, she opens with a Plusle and a Minun that are level 70.
Oh, yeah. Fun. Helping hands.
Baton pass.
I don't know,
all that shit.
Yeah, of course. And then who else? Excadrill.
Excadrill. A couple of those this week.
Yeah.
Tough. The Excadrills are tough.
Okay, so now we know how to do it. Wow, thanks for the refresher, Lacey. And it was a pleasure to absolutely humiliate you and your, like, level 70 Plusle and Minun.
Yeah.
And then we're finally on to the grand spectacle, the big bubble, the terrarium.
20,000 leagues under the sea.
It's like a safari zone. There's 4 big quadrants. Each is a different, like, biome. And each has a different set of Pokemon, and you can go do battles in them, too.
Yes.
There's, like, an Elite Four down here as well, right?
We learn about how the terrarium works, which is that there's 4 sections to this terrarium, and it's like savanna, coastal, mountains, and, like, snowy, or something like that.
Close enough.
And then each one has an Elite Four member attached to it. So they've got their own Elite Four, and we have to do BBQs.
Yes.
Blueberry quests.
BBQs to get BBQs.
In order to accumulate BPs, which are not battle points anymore. They are blueberry points. And you use those to cash in 50 of them in order to do these fights that we will be doing in the subsequent episodes.
BBs.
In one way, I like this quest mechanic, except I was hoping there might be some like real, open world game style quests where you're like helping denizens, but it's all like catch a Pokemon, find 10 things on the ground.
It's also like, it's big, but it's not like that big.
You get a camera, like take a photo of a swimming Pokemon is one of the ones I got.
It's that same lady who gave us the camera. She's here with her little Growlithe.
Oh, Perrin, yeah. Perrin, who was in Kitakami as well.
Yeah.
Whose quest almost certainly we will not complete, which is like you need to find register 200 Pokemon in your Pokedex.
Yeah.
Here. And I think it was 150 in Kitakami.
No, I won't do that.
But for now, she gave us the looking good emote.
Ooh.
So you can do that
Thank you.
at your leisure.
Oh, I didn't.
If you want to emote,
Okay, thank you. I'm flattered.
it's fine to emote. It shows a lot of strength.
Yeah.
But yeah, these areas are not nearly as big as in Paldea. The terrain is relatively similar to different environs there. And there's big cubes
Yeah.
separating them because it's like this simulated environment.
Then we're sort of out of the lock cutscene, and we're let loose on the Blueberry Academy in the terrarium. We have a way marker.
Yeah.
Which is we have to get out to this punk.
We got to go out to the coastal area.
We get out there. There's a few little trainer battles along the way.
Yeah.
There's Darius and there's Max, and it's all just like more sort of like student double battles. I think like Max has 2 pink Oricorios.
Yeah.
Which is easy to beat.
This place is packed full of Oricorios.
Yeah. Once you're there and you've beaten Max, she's like, go find Max and then battle him. And then you're in your first class, which is like, find the Alolan forms of some Pokemon.
Yeah, you got to catch an Alolan Pokemon.
Which for me took forever. I was like, okay, there must be one right around here somewhere. And I apparently just went the complete wrong direction because I just wandered off into the wilderness, forgot what I was doing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Came back, finally found a muck, goopy Alolan muck.
Yeah, I found a muck too, actually. Yeah.
And showed it to the professor.
We got it right.
And then immediately, promptly dismissed it from my team. Not a guy.
That's not a Valiant Knight. It's kind of the least Valiant Knight looking thing I've ever seen.
So we've accomplished our first BBQ. I had a great time, and I've earned some BPs.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to head back to Central Plaza to run into whatever riffraff I find there.
Yeah, which I guess this is where we get the whole explanation of how they work. From the new Carmine, although Carmine's here as well, but the new one is Drayton.
Drayton, yeah, he's Carmine hates him. Carmine like introduces him as like he's the worst and like he sucks, which is funny, and he does look like he sucks.
Yeah, he's got kind of a sucky look.
He's got like a bad energy.
He's got the like Mabostiff.
Yeah, he sort of walks us around the academy. He introduces us to everything. He tells us about
real tough guy.
The 4 trainers out there in the wilderness that we got to go beat. And then, Joshua, we step outside and do the big battle for this week with our good friend, Carmine. We should talk about the Pokemon we brought into that battle in Level Check.
Level Check.
Who'd you bring?
Don Joey's Knights remained the same, and I suspect that could be how it goes unless we really encounter, someone who's got a really interesting backstory and quest that needs redemption along the way out here in the terrarium. But for now, it is the Duke. It is Palmot. It is level 82.
Nice.
We have Dame Trish of Lavencia, the Tinkaton, level 79.
Nice.
And Earl Jangles, Como-O, level 78. Baron Clodsire, level 81. Viscount Arthur, Excalibur, level 80. And Esbern, untitled, because he has not been here for very long, Cyriledge, level 80. I guess the titles could change. There's still room for growth for all of them in these Elite Four battles that we have coming up.
Yeah.
But I think the Knights have all proved themselves one way or another, and it seems unlikely that they're going to go some other way, stray from the path.
We've got a new teammate this
Whoa.
week.
Esteban Humano, tell me about it.
My friend Donna went to Joshua Tree, do some soul searching.
The drugs have finally worn off.
Understand like who she is, what she is, and she came back to me and said, "You've absolutely destroyed my car.
Yeah.
Can I put it in the shop and rejoin your team as the proud, confident human being that I am?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, Donna." So welcome back to the team. Donna Baker, Meowscarada, level 76. We got to get her a little bit caught up. She's been in the box for a bit, but I think we can do it.
I believe in Donna Baker. I'm glad to see her back. How are they all getting around without the car? They're just walking, hoofing it?
Well, we're just in this bubble.
Yeah, I guess it's easy now.
I don't even think you're allowed to have cars down here.
I guess so. There's already enough radiation. They don't need the extra pollutants from the car, too.
Yeah. Rick Bingo, King Gambit, level 81. Gregor Samsa, Rapska, level 83.
Wow.
Lady Beth, Armarouge, a level 77. Fiona Eilish, Wellspring, Ogrepon, level 75. And Proud Avery, Golden Go, level 77.
Bingo.
Goldango.
Still proud.
Very proud, even though it's well into July now.
Yeah.
That's the team. I beat her with that team. Who did she have?
So she's got Mighty Ina, Scrafty, Sinestia. That one is really hard to say. The evolved form of Sinistea, that's like a matcha version of Poltegeist.
Yeah, it's cute.
Sinistea. It is cute, but it is not Joshi Sweetie. Joshi Sweetie is Toucanon, her Toucanon. Who I already like.
Good looking Pokemon.
But in its animations, because we know that its beak heats up, which is why its signature move is so good, Beak Blast. Now it heats up and you see it animate like that, but then I caught one later and its Pokedex entry is pairs of Toucanon are considered symbols of companionship as these Pokemon will raise the temperature of their beaks to warm each other.
Oh,
doesn't that warm your heart?
That's so nice.
How sweet the Toucanon is?
That is so nice. My wife and I just did that on the plane this morning. It was too cold.
You raised the temperature of your beaks to warm each other.
I raised the temperature of my body and pushed it up against her so she wouldn't be so cold. Like a
That's very sweet.
Human blanket.
You're like our real life symbols of companionship.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone on the plane clapped.
That's what they need. That's unifying the plane.
Yeah, it's double battle, so you're doing battles with two of these
so it goes
at
quick.
The same time. So it goes quick, yeah.
She's only got 4.
Yeah, still, despite not doing all the extra stuff you did in
all those battles.
Paldea.
So many.
My levels were still high enough to just absolutely dominate her.
Yeah. She, though, is not going to end up being our final boss. Our final boss, it seems that, because we have a few, I would say, charged interactions with Kiki, who
did not take the breakup well. He's
no.
A wreck.
Kiki has gone down a really dark path. He like reinvented himself.
It's like not good. That's not a good reinvention though.
No.
I mean, whatever. Maybe I'm bitter. Maybe I'm bitter too. But
he's like haughty and rude.
Felt wrong to me.
He's like abusive to his subordinate.
He's got a new hairstyle.
Trainers. He's got a weird new hairstyle.
Didn't even recognize him.
No.
Yeah, and he's like barking at some kid. Some kid's like, yeah, he lost some. I don't know what the relationship is. I don't know how like he's in this seat of power, but people seem to like look up to him and like want something from him. And this kid comes up to him and says, like, I'm sorry I lost the battle. Like, my mom is sick or something like that.
Yeah.
And Kiki's like, I don't give a shit. You're out.
Shut up. Shut up. I didn't ask for your life story. It's really bleak.
He's gone down a dark path.
It's pretty much all our fault.
Maybe it's on us to pull him out. What's that kind of therapy where you like confront the issue?
It's like an intervention.
Karamo made someone do it once.
We need to set him on a redemption path.
Yeah. I can save him.
We can fix him, Tanner.
Yeah.
We could fix him.
All right. Well, that'll be next week, I guess.
Yes.
Because I didn't go after him.
We should say, though, I had an item finder.
Oh, ooh.
That was earlier in this. The Synchro Machine. Kind of an inexplicable addition to the game where you can become your partner Pokemon at any time.
I didn't really understand why.
We had to do a tutorial for it.
Do that, though.
You basically inhabit the Pokemon. I use Cyriledge because I thought it would be cool to walk around like that guy.
Did it feel good?
It felt good. I mean, you slash with his bitter blades, but you're basically just doing auto battle. And you're the Pokemon. So I don't know how it comes into play, but it's sort of a, okay, nice to have feature, I guess.
I guess. You can fly. You can inhabit a flying one and fly around.
Oh, I should try that. That could be good.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that out. Use the Toucanon that I got.
Yeah, I got it. I went through the tutorial and I was like, okay, I don't know what I would do with this, you know?
No, I'm not sure.
It's not something I asked for.
No.
I don't want to inhabit their bodies.
It's something I never would have thought of even asking for.
I've already done it once in a game called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I famously hated it.
That's true. So next week, we will be doing each of the biomes Elite Four representatives. So you got to do Savannah, Canyon, Coastal, Polar.
No problem.
Knock them all out.
These boys have been through everything. boys and girls, Donna's back.
So that in the following week, we will take on our ex, Kiki.
Yep.
And hopefully set him straight. Well,
interesting choice of words.
Not, he could be oriented whichever way, but I just mean in terms of living an inclusive and like non-abusive life, we're setting him straight in that way, where he's not going to be rude to everyone.
This has been Experience Share. It has been a Pokemon podcast. My name has been Tan Cannon. I have been joined by Sinistosh.
Sinistosh.
Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, and do follow the show everywhere that you follow podcasts. Follow me and Josh at EXPSharePod on X and Threads and Instagram.
And then also, you can check out our subreddit, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers. And if you want some merch, we still got that. And that is at expsharepod.com.
That's it.
Alola.
Konbanwa.
Bottom of the episode to you.
Goodbye.
Smell you later.